Have you ever met someone who replies to your texts in seconds, laughs at your jokes, watches your stories, stays online for hours, but somehow never texts you first? And every time your phone lights up with their name, your heart starts creating stories that probably don't even exist. You start thinking, maybe they like me. But deep down, another voice whispers, then why do I always start the conversation? And that one question slowly destroys your peace. Because when someone never texts first, it puts you in a confusing place. They don't completely ignore you, but they also never truly choose you. And the worst part is, you keep waiting for one message, one notification, one small sign that maybe this time they'll think about you first. But psychology says something very interesting about people like this. Sometimes, people reply fast not because they truly care, but because replying is easy. Starting a conversation is different. Starting takes intention, effort, curiosity, desire. And once you understand this, you stop confusing attention with affection. Most people think fast replies mean emotional interest. But in reality, many people reply quickly simply because they're bored, lonely, or used to having someone there. Your messages become entertainment during their free time. And without realizing it, you become emotionally available to someone who is only casually available to you. That's why they can talk for hours when you text first, but disappear completely when you stop trying. Because some people enjoy your presence, but not enough to chase it. And this creates a dangerous cycle inside your mind. You start overanalyzing every little thing. If they didn't care, why would they reply so fast? If they don't like me, why do they keep the conversation going? But the truth is simple and painful at the same time. People make time for what emotionally matters to them. Think about it. When someone is truly excited about a person, they don't wait all day hoping the other person texts first. Their mind naturally wants connection. They send random messages. They share small moments. They remember tiny details. Because genuine interest creates effort automatically. You never have to beg for consistency from someone who actually wants you in their life. And maybe this hurts to hear, but sometimes people keep replying because they enjoy the attention you give them. Your texts make them feel wanted, important, less lonely, but that doesn't always mean they want something deeper with you. That's why mixed signals are so dangerous. They give you just enough attention to keep your hope alive, but never enough clarity to give you peace. And slowly, you become addicted to tiny moments. One fast reply ruins your entire healing process. One laughing emoji makes you think they still care. One late-night conversation gives you hope again. And suddenly, your happiness depends on someone who isn't even trying to keep you. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. It's the same psychological pattern that makes gambling addictive. When rewards come randomly, the brain becomes obsessed. That's exactly what happens here. Some days they reply instantly. Some days they disappear. Some days they act interested. Some days they feel cold. And because the attention is inconsistent, your brain keeps chasing the next emotional reward. You don't fall in love with consistency. You become addicted to unpredictability. And honestly, that's exhausting. Because deep down, you know you deserve someone who doesn't make you question your importance every single day. Someone who doesn't leave you staring at your screen wondering if you're annoying them. Someone who chooses you even when you stop trying so hard. But many people stay stuck in these situations because they fear losing the connection completely. So they continue carrying the entire relationship alone. They start every conversation. They check in first. They keep the bond alive while the other person simply responds when convenient. And after a while, it starts damaging your self-worth. You begin thinking love must be earned through patience, overthinking, and emotional struggle. But real connection doesn't feel like constantly proving your value. Real connection feels mutual, balanced. The right people don't make you feel like you're asking for too much just because you want effort. And here's something powerful you need to remember. Someone replying fast doesn't automatically mean you're important to them. Because people prioritize different things emotionally. Some prioritize comfort. Some prioritize attention. Some prioritize convenience. But when someone truly values you, You won't always be the only one holding the conversation together. And the saddest part is many people already know the truth, but they keep ignoring it because they're attached to potential. They fall in love with who the person could become instead of accepting who they are right now. Maybe you keep thinking, maybe they're just shy. Maybe they're busy. Maybe they're scared to text first. And yes, sometimes that can be true. Human emotions are complicated, but when a pattern repeats for months, the pattern itself becomes the answer. Consistency reveals intentions more than words ever will. A person who genuinely wants you in their life will not risk losing you through constant passiveness. They won't leave the entire connection resting on your shoulders forever. And this doesn't mean they're a bad person. Not everyone who gives mixed signals is toxic. Some people simply enjoy connections they're not emotionally ready to maintain fully. Some people like companionship but fear commitment. Others enjoy being cared for but don't know how to reciprocate emotionally. But understanding their reasons still doesn't change your reality. If someone never texts first, eventually you have to ask yourself a difficult question. Am I holding on to this connection because it truly makes me happy, or because I'm addicted to the small moments of attention it gives me? That question changes everything, because healing begins the moment you stop romanticizing bare minimum effort. The moment you stop celebrating things that should already be normal. A fast reply is not emotional commitment. A streak is not love. Late-night conversations are not always genuine intention. Sometimes people are simply passing time while you're building emotional attachment. And you deserve more than being someone's temporary comfort. You deserve someone who thinks about you naturally. Someone who texts you first because talking to you feels important to them, not because they were bored for 5 minutes. Someone who brings peace into your life instead of confusion. And maybe the hardest lesson in modern relationships is this. Attention can look a lot like love when you feel lonely, but they are not the same thing. So if you're tired of carrying every conversation, tired of overthinking every notification, tired of hoping someone finally chooses you the way you choose them, maybe it's time to stop chasing clarity from people whose actions already gave you the answer. Because the right connection won't leave you constantly questioning where you stand. And the moment you stop begging for small pieces of attention, you finally make room for something real. If this video made you realize something about your own situation, then maybe it was meant to find you today. Sometimes the hardest truths are the ones we secretly already know inside. Subscribe to Sticky Lesson for more deep psychology and life lessons that help you understand people and yourself a little better. Because sometimes one perspective can completely change the way you see your life.